Good morning, and thank you. Let's try and have another big good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good, thank you. Dr. Rashid, thank you for your kind words and a nice introduction. So I've got 20 minutes. Over that 20 minutes, I'm going to try and give you a bit of an insight into the UK water sector. But actually, I want to kind of try and link that into this region and make it a little bit more relevant as well. I want to say a few words about the pace of change and what you might experience here versus what we've experienced in the UK. And I also want to end up saying a little bit about technology, so kind of bringing it back to the present about what we can do right now. So before I start, let me just frame these insights with a little bit of an intro to the water networks in the UK. And there are 20 water company licenses across the UK, supplying around about 26 million homes and businesses with clean, safe drinking water, 24/7, 365. Those companies also often cover the removal of wastewater and sewage as well. All of these companies, their licenses are controlled or governed by several government departments. And the most significant, the most important one of those is our economic regulator called Ofwat. So every 5 years, which is just about to start in April next year actually, they review and agree business plans with each of those water companies. And these plans are primarily designed to protect the economic interests of the consumers, i.e., they are controlling the fact that the government wants to ensure consumers receive good value for money from those water companies. So water companies therefore have quite a tough job at the moment of balancing their fairly fixed revenue from those customers against the operational requirements of running a 24/7 live utility. So moving on a little bit, I personally like to group sustainability in the water sector into two broad groups. I like to talk about the first being sustainable assets. And by that I mean our assets and our infrastructure that has to be designed, built, operated and maintained to an appropriate level of sustainability. And I think appropriate is quite an important word. So for example, a significant proportion of our water mains in the UK are actually nearing or over 100 years old. These straight lengths of pipe are actually in really quite good condition and they don't fail that often. But the joints in the pipe, they're actually subjected to a lot of ground movement and they can fail through that ground movement or also degradation of the seal material on those mains. A water company must therefore really carefully target which of these assets to maintain, which of them to repair and when. So how do you decide that? I've mentioned that customer bills are fixed. They're fixed for that 5-year regulatory period. It's quite a difficult choice. And throughout that, at the start of the regulatory period, the regulator is now setting really, really tough objectives. They want to reduce customer bills by 20%. So sustainability, leakage, water, we need to conserve water, we need to invest in our assets, but the revenue that you get to do that is going down by 20% from start of April next year. And if that's not challenging enough, the regulator has also insisted on a 17% reduction in leakage across the UK, regardless of your current leakage performance. So you could have a really good water network in the UK, but you're still being driven to reduce that number by 17%. So let's move on to my second really broad group of sustainability relating to water. And that's relating to consumer-driven sustainability. And this is really important because this is where we all have a role to play. Because you and I, we all care about our future and the future of our children and our children's children. So therefore we really care.